Welcome to another edition of From the Bleachers Sports Show. Your host, your pal, your buddy Tom, talking with you some more WWE rumors and news there, and I guess you could categorize it with AEW as well. There was a question like in an interview, like one of these Comic-Con type settings, fan access type things, where Seth Rollins, was going to called AEW in short. Long story short, called AEW, the minor leagues, and Jim Ross responded by saying that maybe, hopefully, one day Seth Rollins could be over as his girlfriend, Becky Lynch. And I'll tell you what, one could make an argument that Seth Rollins was wrong. Partly, where, you can make the argument that both AEW and WWE could be considered the minor leagues in the general eyes of the public. Now, as far as, wrestling fans, it's a different story. And this just kind of just shows you, like, the thing is, like, if you walk up to a random person on the street who knows nothing about wrestling or what's happening on the weekly shows, the masses, quote unquote, to name the first pro wrestler that comes to mind, you think they're going to say Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins? A casual person. You think they're going to say that? They're going to say someone like Hogan, Rock, Stone Cold, Flair, Andre, Randy Savage, John Cena, those guys. Just take even like the Fox NFL guys, the analysts, when they're doing their thing about the draft. And who would they take? They were saying guys like Macho Man and Andre. Not one of them said anyone on the current roster. It's because the general public, other than people who are already wrestling fans, have no clue who these new guys are. And that's not a good thing. You hear constantly from people on the street. I do all the time. I used to watch it back in the day when it was good. But all these new guys suck. Now, listen, I'm not even putting over AEW, because even their biggest names are really, honestly, even their biggest names are only known by those who watch wrestling or who are wrestling fans. And that's even a stretch to say. You're telling me the average wrestling fan knows who a Joey Janela is, or a Marco Stunt, or a Jungle Boy, or a Luchasaurus, Best Friends, House Party. I beg to disagree with you. They might know a Cody or Jericho because they were on. Fact of the matter, if we're honest, they were on. The general public would probably pick out Cody and Jericho before anyone else because they were on the machine. So in a sense, Jericho, in a sense, Rollins may be right here. Okay? Because, that's the problem with the entire business. As a whole right now, is that nobody truly transcends that superstar recognition. Okay? The only people watching wrestling right now are those people who are already wrestling fans. The masses that watched in the 80s MTV, WrestleMania boom, in the late 90s Attitude Era, NWO boom are gone. Look at the ratings. Combine all the ratings. How have you gained any wrestling fans? You haven't gained any new wrestling fans. All that's happening is the wrestling fans that were already watching have split as to what they're watching now. You know, I'll give you The Miz because of the Total Divas like reality show and his earlier work on The Real World. But other than him, you can't really name one guy in the industry right now who the masses, non-wrestling fans, would identify in the same way that they do with a Hogan, Andre, Rock, Austin, etc. So, if you look at that, the fact that no superstar transcends, well, you might argue that, heck, it's both a minor league system. They're both in the minor leagues. They haven't been able to make themselves larger than life. When you look at Seth Rollins, does he look like a champion to you? You know, not to me. This is someone that oozes charisma. Now, as far as the jab back and forth, I mean, of course, I expected Seth Rollins to say that. Why wouldn't he? He is the champion of that company, of the WWE, and he is defending his company. Why would he say, go watch the other product? Why would he say that? He wants people to watch him as the top guy in his company. And why would you expect Jim Ross to say anything other than what he said? Because he is defending his company. So the whole point of this video, Seth Rollins was not 100% wrong, but he also needs to look at himself and his company, and when people think about his company, first names that come to mind is not the current superstars, but stars from yesteryear. How is you, as the champion, the flag bearer of the current company, how do you improve that product to make your roster be known as the next Hogan, Savage, Rock? I hope all is well. Look forward to speaking to you guys very, very soon.